Welcome to Fun with Annuities with your host, me, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent. Can annuities be fun? Can contractual guarantees be fun? Absolutely they can. Find out the brutal facts about annuities with no sales pitches or high-pressure nonsense. Just the brutal and factual annuity truth, which is all you need to hear. Let's have some fun with annuities, and let's have that fun start right now. Welcome to Fun with Annuities. I'm your host, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. Glad you joined me this week for this topic, which is an important one. It's called Annuity Rates and How to Shop Like a Pro in 2021. And I guess it would apply to any years, but this year's a big one, so let's talk about it. But what I'm going to do is go over annuity rates in general, because when people say, annuity rates, it really can mean a couple of things. Now, before we get in deep and dig deep and dive deep, I've got to talk about the outfit I have on. Now, for the people that are listening on the podcast platform, which is, Stitcher and Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff, you need to go to the Fun with Annuities YouTube channel and check out my outfit for today, because we do record every single one of these video-wise, because I'm crazy in front of the camera, because it's fun with annuities, right? I mean, our motto is live in the reality. Live in the contractual reality, not the dream, because annuities are contracts. But the outfit I have on is killer, man. It's like a maroon, obviously it's staying the Annuity Man logo, but everyone's like, do you have any other hats other than the baseball hats you wear? And of course I do, and they're all logo, but the one I have on today is called a bucket hat, so I can flip the lid up to look like Gilligan from Gilligan's Island, or I can flip the back up and look like, a pimp walking down the street, right? But people are going to love this hat. It's a Stan the Annuity Man bucket hat. I mean, think about it for a second. So, again, we filmed this stuff on all these podcasts on Fun with Annuities. It's a YouTube channel, and then we also have a Stan the Annuity Man YouTube channel as well. But let's get to the topic of annuity rates. So, I get these calls all the time. Let's say that Chester calls me. That's my mythical person that calls me all the time, but I use him because he reminds me of an uncle that I used to have in North Carolina that would corner you at the family reunion and drive you crazy. And so this is the call that comes in. Stan the Annuity Man, what are the best rates right now? I'm looking for rates. Okay, you're looking for rates. In the annuity world, rates they can mean a couple of things. First of all, rates can mean interest rates. And most of the time that people are talking to me about rates, it's about interest rates, because they've been drilled and drilled and drilled into submission that interest rates are you got to follow interest rates. Interest rates mean interest rates. But in the annuity world, rates don't always mean interest rates. Now, with some products like multi-year guarantee annuities that are the annuity industry version of a CD, and you know what a CD is, so if you hate all annuities, then you're a hypocrite because you don't hate CDs. You're also a hypocrite because you already own an annuity. It's called Social Security. It's a lifetime income stream. But I digress. When we're talking about rates, people are... A MYGA, a multi-year guarantee annuity, is tied directly to interest rates. That is one of the products that is tied directly. So in a multi-year guarantee annuity, if interest rates move up or down, you'll see those type of rates move up and down as well, just like a CD, because a multi-year guarantee annuity is the annuity industry's version of a CD. Now, the other definition of rates, when people say, what's the best rates, Dan? Rates are up, rates are down, whatever. Rates can also mean life expectancy, because when you buy a lifetime income stream, and just to kind of go back in history a little bit to the Roman times, that's when annuities started. That's when lifetime income annuities started in the Roman times as a gift to the dutiful Roman soldiers and their families. I didn't take Latin, but I have been told the word annua, A-N-N-U-A, is where annuity started. That's the word for annuity. It means lifetime payment or something like that. Didn't go to that class, obviously. But that's where annuities came from. That was the original design of annuities. And when you're buying a lifetime income product, and there are three primary lifetime income products in the annuity world. First one is single premium immediate annuities. The second one is deferred income annuities, which is a single premium immediate annuity that you defer. Once you defer past 13 months, it becomes a deferred income annuity magically and semantically, right? And then the third type, primary type, is a qualified longevity annuity contract, which can be used inside of your IRA. So for all of you people out there going, never put an annuity inside of an IRA, Stan, or your advisor says that, or somebody on the news or wrote about that, they're dumb, okay, or uninformed. I'm assuming they're nice people, but goodness gracious, if you don't know the answer, don't bluff. And qualified longevity annuity contracts are deferred income annuities that you can use in your traditional IRA for future income needs. But when we talk about rates in the acronyms for this, SPIAs, DIAs, and QLACs, that's the acronym, so I'll try to use those instead. But with SPIAs, DIAs, and QLACs, when we talk about rates, we're primarily talking about life expectancy. So if you buy an immediate annuity on you and you only, it's life expectancy, your life expectancy at the time you take the payment. That's the primary pricing mechanism. If you set it up joint, it's life expectancies, plural, at the time you take the payment. Now, interest rates play a secondary role. Once again, interest rates play a secondary role. Once again, interest rates play a secondary role in the pricing of lifetime income. Life expectancy drives the pricing train. Period. End of story. Let me give you an example. When you go to figure out when you're going to turn on your Social Security payments, which, by the way, is the best inflation annuity on the planet, period. Everyone with a Social Security number already owns an annuity, which is one of the reasons that I cannot believe that the annuity industry has let people get away with, I hate all annuities. That's like saying I hate all restaurants. Come on, man. That's crazy. Everyone already owns an annuity. And for all the people that say they hate annuities, all the masters of the universe advisors out there, somehow they include that Social Security lifetime income annuity payment into all of their planning. If they weren't, that's called being a hypocrite, okay? But life expectancy drives the train. So when you go to say, okay, I'm going to take a lifetime income stream payment from my Social Security, the typical call that I get is, should I take it at 65 or 66, Stan the Annuity Man, America's Annuity Agent, or should I wait until age 70 because the payments are higher? Why are the payments higher? Because you're older. The older you are, the higher the payments. Why? Because your life expectancy is less, which means that the projected payments are fewer, which means they will be higher. Now, that doesn't mean you have to defer to age 70 to turn on the income stream, because what you need to do is say, okay, if I turn it on at age 65, I'm going to get this. If I wait until 70, I've got to figure out those 60 months, 5 years, of payments that I missed. Does it make sense? What's the break-even point? There's no good answers, just bad sales pitches. Nod your head. So the same thing with when people say, what's your rates? What's your rates on an immediate annuity? Tell me your date of birth and when you want to start the income, and I'll tell you what the lifetime income stream. Or you'll have some sites out there, competitive sites, but there are no competitors to Stan the Annuity Man. We all know that. I mean, it is what it is. But they'll have immediate annuity payout 6.7%, and so people will come in. Oh, they're offering immediate annuities with a 6.7% payout. By the way, Chester, that's your life expectancy in a number, okay? In a percentage. That's your life expectancy. It's not yield. So when people say, well, I should buy annuities in lieu of bonds. No, apples and oranges, two different things. Bonds and annuities aren't the same thing, especially when you're saying bonds and lifetime income stream annuities. And I'm going to tell you something. Really, really smart people that I respect make that correlation. I'm going, huh? How is that possible? I mean, the bonds obviously can go up and down in value, the underlying principal, but the principal's there and you can peel off the coupon. With all lifetime income stream payments, let me say it again, it's a combination of return of principal plus interest. That includes the income riders that are attached to variable and indexed annuities, which is also a lifetime income product. But for SPIAs, DIAs, and QLACs, it's a combination of return of principal plus interest. And yes, you can use them in all accounts, IRA, non-IRA, Roth IRA. The difference is how the income is taxed coming out. But when people say, what are your rates? Or I got to call you that. This is a great one. The guy calls me the other day and he says the following. Well, Stan the Annuity Man, America's Annuity Agent. No, not everyone says that, but I'd like for you to. All right, Stan the Annuity Man, you sent me these quotes and I'm really, really disappointed in the payout. And I went, so you're mad that you're young? I mean, because in essence, that's what he was saying. I'm really mad that I'm younger and I have a long life expectancy. So you're mad that you have a long life expectancy. That's what you're really saying. Because when you're talking about rates for lifetime income, people are like, well, I'm gonna wait until interest rates move up. And even though I've told them it's about life expectancy, they're masters of the universe. They're not hearing me. I'm gonna wait on it. I'm like, okay, Chester, you can wait. You can wait to take the payments. But you got to factor in all of those payments you missed when you're trying to be master of the universe and time it. Because you can't time anything with annuities. It's like nailing Jello to a wall. Annuity companies have the big buildings for a reason. You can't beat them. Don't try. There's no arbitrage like there is with stocks and things like that. There's none. Because it's about your life expectancy when you're talking about, rates, quote. I'm putting the quotes up on my fingers, people in podcast land. Rates, when it comes to lifetime income, is about life expectancy. So, yes, interest rates play a secondary role. Let me say it again. Interest rates play a secondary role one more time. Interest rates play a secondary role. And life expectancy drives the train with all lifetime income. So, when people always say, well, Stan the Annuity Man, America's Annuity Agent, how, if interest rates go up, will it really and significantly increase the payments? No. I mean, interest rates at the current levels at the time of this tape, and we all know where they are, and they're perceived lows. Jimmy Carter's building houses in Georgia. He's not giving us 12% interest rates, okay? Hope he's still alive and swinging the hammer, right? But interest rates would have to significantly move to move the pricing needle. Why? Once again, because it's about life expectancy. Lifetime income is a monopoly that only annuities can provide. Period. Wouldn't you think that the annuity industry would promote that? They have a monopoly in the financial services business. They have a product it's the only product that can do that. And what can it do? It can provide lifetime income. I always say the following. There's no ROI until you die. What does that mean? That means up until that point, until your Learjet hits the mountain, your Bentley hits the tree, your Lamborghini goes off the bridge, up until that point, it's a pure transfer of risk. End of story. You're transferring the risk to the annuity company to pay you for the rest of your life. Now, when people say, well, what's the rates on a immediate annuity? What's the rates on a deferred income annuity? It's life expectancy based, right? But these are commoditized quotes so that every 7 to 10 days, like a gallon of milk, they change. So we have to quote all carriers for the highest contractual guarantee. And this is another great call I got this week. So I sent, we send quotes out. You can go to theannuityman.com and run your own SPIA, DIA, and QLAC quotes without talking to us. I mean, you'll get the quote. But if you want to dig in, you need to schedule a call with me and we can dig in, as we say in one of our ads online. Do you want to talk with someone with 30 years of experience or some 30-year-old? I mean, my competitors have phone banks of 30-year-olds. You're going to get me. You're going to get me. I've done this, seen this. I've forgotten more than those people have, and I have cowboy boots older than most people that are answering the phone at other places. I mean, I'm going to shoot it straight. But, the bottom line with quotes is we got to quote all carriers. Because then the call came in, the guy said, hey, you sent me a quote, about 35, 40 days ago is a big company. I'm going to name the company, but I represent everybody. I want to go with that one. Let's go ahead and do that paperwork. Stan the Annuity Man, America's Annuity Agent. I went, hold on, Chester. That quote expired 7 days after I sent it to you, and the only way to lock it in is to go through the application process. No, that's not a sales pitch. That's reality if you want to lock in that guarantee. And so we reran the quote. And when we ran the quote, his favorite company that he wanted to go with finished like 10th, whereas 35 days ago it finished first for the same quote parameters. Why is that, Stan the Annuity Man? Why did that even happen? I thought annuity rates, blah, blah, blah. Here's the reason it happens. Carriers want to attract certain age ranges, and they have a specific amount of money that they want to hit in a lot of cases, not all, a lot of cases. And once they fill up that tranche, then they make the quote less attractive. I hope that makes sense to you. So that's the reason we have to quote all carriers. And that's the reason you can't fall in love with the carrier. You fall in love with the number, period, the contractual number. Now, once I run the quotes and send them to you, then we can sift the bodies out and say, okay, we don't like that company. I don't like that company. I don't like the claims paying ability of that company, or whatever. But when I run quotes, when you run quotes at theannuityman.com, we're running quotes and finding rates, right, for the highest contractual guarantee for your specific situation. One more thing I want to add too. Most people have this misconception about when we're talking about rates on lifetime income streams. They're like, well, rates are low, and even if I bought one, if I died, the insurance company keeps the money. That is only one of about 35 to 40 different ways to structure the policy. So we can structure so the annuity company is on the hook to pay if it's your life or joint life, whatever, but we can also put in what I call a backstop. That's Southern for guarantee, a backstop, so that 100% of any unused money goes to someone in your family, even though the annuity company's on the hook to pay, meaning that under no circumstance, the evil annuity company will keep a penny, but they're going to pay as long as you live, or if it's joint, as long as either of you live. So get that out of your head that, well, if I buy an income annuity and I die, the money goes poof. No, if you wanted to do that and you hate all your beneficiaries, we can do that. That's called a life-only quote. But that's, again, one of about 35 to 40 different ways to structure. Now, let's talk about rates once again. I don't want to get too far in the weeds, and I do want to encourage you. If you go to my site at theannuityman.com, I've written books on all these products, SPIAs, DIAs, QLACs, MIGAs, income riders, indexed annuities. I'll send them to you for free under no obligation. No one's going to call you and interrupt your dinner. No one's going to show up at your door. I'm going to treat you like a professional because I hate it when people do that. If you ever want to talk to me, you got to schedule a call. I'm just not going to pick up the phone and call you. I mean, I don't like that. I don't like when people do that. But, with immediate annuities or deferred income annuities, you can also buy what's called period certain. Now, 98% of the SPIAs and DIAs that we sell are lifetime income transfer risk if you live forever, period. But you can buy what's called a period certain, which means I want a payment for 10 years. I want a payment for 15 years. I want a payment for 20 years. I want a payment for 7 years. I want a payment for 5 years. That's called a period certain. Now, under that, rates, when you ask, well, what's the rates on a period certain, then it does come down to interest rates, period. But if it's life with a period certain, it's all about life expectancy. I don't want to get you confused, but understand with lifetime income, you can customize the payments to work exactly like you want them to work. Now, we're going to come back to lifetime income in a second, but let's go backwards to the other side of rates. Hey, what are the rates? Remember, two answers. Interest rates, like a multi-year guarantee annuity, or rates meaning life expectancy with lifetime income products. So I guess we could draw a line down the middle of the page verbally for you podcasters out there, podcast listeners. Left-hand side of the page, the pure rate ones are the MIGAs and a period certain annuity, like a SPIA or DIA. And then on the other side, rates means life expectancy, okay? That's driving the train. And that's with SPIAs, DIAs, and QLACs, and income riders, which can be attached to index and variable annuities. And the income riders are the contractual guarantee. And if you're going to buy an income rider, just buy the income rider, buy the highest contractual guarantee, and forget about the accumulation value of the index annuity or whatever, because spoiler alert, the income rider value will always be the highest. Why? Because the annuity company wants to keep you there, and that's one of the reasons they have the big buildings. So in 2021, people always call me and talk about rates, and we recently sent out some email blasts, and it was like for a 3-year multi-year guarantee. Guarantee annuity is the highest one in the country at the time. And I got emails back like, that's really low. And I'm like, low compared to what? I mean, in 2021, and I guess ongoing, who knows where rates are going to go. And I hope that they go up. But we can't cavalierly say that they can. For the last 5 years, when it comes to the phrase annuity rates, here's what's been said to Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, who's written 7 books on the subject, done 300 plus videos, written 400 articles. I live and breathe this stuff, and I don't know where rates are going to go. But here's what people say. Rates have to go up, right? I mean, rates are going to go up. They've been saying that for 5 years. People have been waiting for the annuity purchase for 5 years, waiting for rates to go up. Now, do I want them to go up with you? Yes, we're all nodding our heads. Oh, absolutely. Can they go down? Yeah, they can go down. Explain that to me, Stan the Annuity Man. Explain how you think rates can go down from here. Aren't they at historic lows? But at the time of this taping, and we're in first part of 2021 as this podcast is going to be released, the government has got a lot of toner in their printing presses. They're printing money like we have never seen it. There's nobody that can look back and say, well, in the past when we printed money like this is what happened to rates. No one knows. But all I can think of is this. We've all had mortgage payments, right? Would you raise the interest rate on your mortgage payment? Would you? Just because it hadn't moved in a while, would you just raise it? Of course you would not. If you're the government and you're printing money like crazy and giving it out like crazy, what is your incentive to raise interest rates because you have to pay the interest payments on that, right? Why would you do that? That's the reason I'm not sure, hope I'm wrong, I'm not sure rates are going to cavalierly go up as everyone thinks they are. I get the inflation argument. Stop yelling at the speaker. I get it. I understand it. Been doing this for a long time. Worked with Dean Witter, Morgan Stanley, Payne Weber, UBS. Done it. Own it. Love it. Learn it. I got it. Okay? But we're in blue water. And what that means is we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen what all of this printing and the global nature of the printing, we don't know what's going to happen with interest rates. So when you're talking about annuity rates, we have to, with 10,000 baby boomers reaching age 65, I'm not sure a lot of people have time to wait to get the guarantees that they need. I think also with rates, what's the risk? The risk with rates on the interest rate side, MIGAs and then period certain SPIAs, is, if rates go down, I mean, MIGA rates are going to go down. The payouts on period certain annuities are going to go down. But you're also at risk with life expectancy tables changing against you. And how would that work? If life expectancy tables changed against you, that means the life insurance companies are going to project you to live longer, which means there are going to be more payments, projected payments, which means that the payments will be lower. And you say, well, is that going to happen, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent? I don't know, but I do know this. Annuity companies, annuities are issued by life insurance companies. Life insurance companies have the big buildings for a reason because they know when we're going to die. And they price things accordingly. But they do like making money. And how could they make money easily? The way that they could easily make money is to lengthen out the life expectancy tables. Do I expect them to do that? I have no clue. I'm not in those meetings, and they're not calling me because they know I'd get on this podcast and tell you. But I don't know. But they could, and if they do, then you've waited to buy your annuity. Then you're going to be in trouble because the life expectancy tables will be longer. When you buy an immediate annuity, deferred income annuity, qualified longevity annuity contract, income riders attached to indexed or variable annuities for lifetime income, those 4 strategies for lifetime income, when you buy it, you're locking in the life expectancy tables at the time you buy it. Now, argument can be said, yes, you're also locking in interest rates as well. But as I told you earlier in the podcast, and I repeat it over and over, when it comes to life expectancy, or when it comes to lifetime income, life expectancy drives the pricing train, and you can't time it. And interest rates would have to significantly move for it to move the pricing needle. So when people are getting quotes, and I would encourage you to go to theannuityman.com and run your own quotes. No one's going to bug you. I'm just telling you, you're going to like what we've set up there because you get treated like a pro. And there's not all pop-ups, bang, 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 like you go to these sites and say, bing, bang, bong, bong, go here, get this, whatever. No, you get the quote, it is what it is. But I would go get the quote, And I would also just look at lifetime income. If you're trying to get lifetime income streams, you have to come up with a contractual guarantee that you feel comfortable with. You can't time it. As they say in the markets, stock market, the bell doesn't ring at the top or the bottom, right? Same thing with annuities. You can't maximize it. You just can't. I know you want to. I know that's what you want to do. I know that's how you've been trained with stock market non-annuity type assets. I get it. I used to be there. I used to try to do that myself with the non-annuity type assets. But when it comes to annuities, you're talking about contracts, and lifetime incomes about life expectancy. You need to come up with the guarantee that you're looking for. And better yet, I would encourage you to run the quotes on the site, come up with kind of see what the guarantees are, and then when you want to dig in, schedule a call with me and get me on the horn, and then we will talk, and I'll run quotes real time and send them to you, and I'll customize them for you based on your needs and based upon my experience. Once again, you want to talk to someone with 30 years experience or a 30-year-old, hello, and I will reverse engineer a quote. That's what I tell you to do, is with any type of lifetime income, if you can come to me and say, you know what, me and the spouse, me and the partner need $2,250 to fill in that gap, period. Okay? I'll reverse engineer the quote, quoting to all carriers to find out the least, how little amount of money we need to put with the annuity to guarantee that amount. Now, first thing is your head is inflation. You already own the best inflation annuity on the planet, which is Social Security. But annuity companies have the big buildings for a reason. If you attach a cost of living adjustment increase to a lifetime income stream, what does the company do? The annuity company severely and drastically lowers that initial income amount. Again, you're not going to beat them. I would encourage you to just get a static payment, and if inflation does hit, then you come back and you buy an immediate annuity at that time when inflation hits to solve for that specific income gap need to fill in that income floor. So, I hope this has been revealing, because rates don't mean one thing in the annuity industry. It's like saying, I hate all annuities. I always say, which type? Which type do you hate? Do you hate MYGAs, index, variable, SPIAs, DIAs, QLIC? Which one do you hate? You can't say you hate them all because you already own one, Social Security, which is a SPIA or a DIA, however you want to frame it. So you can't say that. So when it comes to rates, hey, Stan, what's the best rates? I'm going to come back to you and say, what are you trying to solve for? Remember the two questions. What do you want the money to contractually do? When do you want those contractual guarantees to happen? But if those are the two questions I ask everybody. But if you say, hey, Stan, what are the best rates? Can you find me the best rates? Of course I can, but I need to find out what you're trying to solve for. Is it principal protection? Yeah, great. Then we go look at MYGAs, multi-year guarantee annuities. Is it lifetime income? Okay, great. Then rates mean life expectancy primarily, and interest rates play a secondary role and would really have to move up to move the needle. So the next time you think annuity rates and you call it what annuity rates are down or whatever. No, annuity rates aren't down when it comes to life expectancy. It is what it is. It's your transfer risk to pay for the rest of your life. So just understand that. Rates can mean a couple of things in the annuity world. And, I would encourage you to go to my site, theannuityman.com, order my books. I'll send them to you for free and under no obligation. But I would also encourage you to schedule a call with me. You're not going to get some junior Stan Stanetta, whoever. You're going to get me until my Learjet hits the mountain, right? So, and hopefully I don't have a Learjet, but I'm going to be involved with the recommendation. I have a great team, a great staff, but you're going to deal with me. Scary. I've got this great bucket hat on. I just flipped it up like Gilligan, right? But the point is, you deal with me. Am I energetic about it? Yeah, I think annuities are great. That's the reason we call this, they're not for everybody, but that's the reason we call this podcast Fun with Annuities. Living the reality, living that contractual reality. We're not living the dream. We're living the reality, and the reality is the contractual guarantees and the transfer of risk and the peace of mind that annuities can provide. Now, with that, I need you to join me next time. This podcast happens every single week. And my name is Stan, the Annuity Man. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening to Fun with Annuities. Please hit the subscribe button and make sure to go to my site at theannuityman.com, where you can run your own SPIA, DIA, and QLIC quotes and see a live feed of the best MYGA fixed rates in the country, and even get indexed and income rider quotes as well. You can also sign up for my 6 Annuity Owner's Manual books, and I'll ship them for free and under no obligation. I also encourage you to schedule a one-on-one call with me, Stan the Annuity Man, so we can have a full discussion of your specific situation. It will be the best brutally factual and truthful advice you will ever get, and that's one guarantee you should definitely take advantage of. So join me next time for the #1 annuity podcast on the planet, Fun with Annuities.